Hi guys, today we'll learn how to conform a logo or another object onto an existing curved object. So something like this, you see that I've got this logo that's sort of conforming to the shape of this cape, right? Some embellishment. So this is an example of a project that you may find yourself needing to do, right? To put a logo or a trim on curved objects. Right, first things first, we need to prepare our actual logo itself. So I'm going to just start a new tool, right? And append in a plane. Okay, so you can delete the sphere. We just want the plane. Right. Okay. Oops. Right, just the plane. What we're gonna do is we're going to subdivide it a few times. So under geometry, we're gonna subdivide maybe 5 times, right? So what I'm doing is I'm creating a very dense mesh. The denser your mesh, the more information you can capture, the higher the resolution, right? And I'm going to actually go to mask and select an alpha. So you should have an alpha of your logo or whatever you want prepared already, right? And simply drag it out. So of course, the more space you fill, the better. So something like this. Right, so you get a pretty good resolution image based on how much you subdivide by, right? And then I'm going to sort of clean up the rest of it by blacking out the rest. You don't need this, you don't need this, you don't need this, you don't need this. Okay, now I'm going to control and click outside to invert the mask, right? Control and left click on the outside, and I'm going to extract out the mask, right? So extract, give it a bit of thickness, extract, and accept. So you end up with your logo, right? Your design as a 3D object, right? We can get rid of the plane behind, we don't need it anymore, just have the logo, right? Just the logo with thickness, right? So you may notice that the topology is gridded, it's based off the previous thing. So usually I do like to retopologize a little bit before I go on to the next step. So under zremesher, I'm going to let's do it on this side so you guys know where is it. Modify topology or zremesher, sorry, and then keep creases and keep groups, right? So when you extract out, it should already form its groups. I like to do keep creases as well, just as an extra layer of security, just to keep the lines sharp, right? And adaptive density, you may turn it off or on, right? And then I'm going to zremesh it just to generate some cleaner topology. Right. So we've got a better, we've got a better edge flow on these days. Not the best, but it's better than before, at least not so heavy, right? And I'm going to actually delete the thickness from the rest of it. So you can Control Shift and click on a certain poly group to go and hide the rest, right? And delete hidden. Right, so you can find that under the modify topology as well, delete hidden, right here. Okay, so we've got something like this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this extracted object, subtool, copy it, and go back to my original file up here, right? And I'm going to paste the extracted logo on. So this is my logo, right? It's very small. So we're gonna have to shift it and expand it. Right, this is the one that we made just now, if you remember. Right, you can shift it in place. You may want to edit it or tweak it a little bit just to fit the flow of the cloth or any underlying object. So I'm going to customize it and bend arc. Right, I'm gonna give it a little bit of stretch this way. Right. Also, one thing that you may want to take note of, because you extracted it from a flat plane, the normals may be flipped the wrong way around, you see? Right, I've turned off the double, so you may need to flip it the right way around. Right, if you don't know where that is, that's under display properties, double and flip. So double lets you see double-sided objects, right? You turn it off, you don't see it, turn it on. Right, and then flip lets you flip the normals of the whole thing. So you need it to kind of face the correct way. Okay, the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to press B, M, and M again for matchmaker. B, M, M for matchmaker. Right, it's going to open up as a drag rectangle type stroke for you. So you simply drag it over your logo and it will sort of conform to the shape, right? It will conform to the shape. And you simply push it down onto your object. Now it's not going to 100% match, right? Because not very sure why it doesn't 100% match, but there may be some bits that you may need to shift around, right? But not to worry, right? We have a way to fix that, right? So what I want to do is I want to go, once you get it close enough, so the goal is to get it close enough to your mesh, right? And we are simply going to go to subtool, project, right? Project geometry over onto any visible surfaces, right? So it works by visibility. The same with the match thing, right? It works by visibility. So whatever you want to match it to, you have to have it visible, so you can have multiple objects or whatnot, right? And I'm simply going to get it as close as I can, right? And project it. So you may need to adjust it a little bit, and you can tweak the distance as well. So you may need to have a bit of finagling to get it just right. Yeah, okay. Right. So I've used the move tool with a bit of a softer fall off, right? With a softer focal shift to sort of shift things to be a bit nearer to the surface, and I keep testing with the projection so that it's perfect, right? So eventually you'll get something like this where it's 100% stuck onto the mesh, right? So here's the trick. I want you to go to press B, Z, and M for Z modeler, right? And select a polygon, press the spacebar, hold it, go to extrude all polygons, right? And click on a polygon and extrude it outwards, right? So you get something like that. Of course, when you do that, right, you turn that off and you get something looks like this, right? Nice. And because you've got your edges and you've got a good edge flow, you may even choose to like polish the edges just to clean it up a little bit, or whatever you want to do, right? So this is how you conform a logo onto a curved object. Yeah. So if you found this useful, give this video a thumbs up, press like, subscribe, share this to your friends, anyone who you think may need this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!